Would you stay up? At first you don't succeed.
What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Kayla and today I'm gonna hop right into it. I am doing a almost 4-year life in Atlanta update. Literally my most popular video on my channel is my dating in Atlanta / life update video. That video has the most views, the most likes, the most interaction, the most engagement on my channel, so I figured I might as well, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it, and just give y'all a almost 4-year update. I'll be in Atlanta. Well, I would have lived in Atlanta now for 4 years starting in January. So yeah, let's get into it. I just want to touch bases on a few different things. You know, I'm real big on TikTok. I like to go on TikTok a lot, and lately I've been seeing a lot of videos on TikTok of people saying how they hate Atlanta, they don't understand why people move to Atlanta, etc., etc. And I'll just say this, I feel like it depends on what you move here for. I feel like if you move here to start a I feel like if you move here because you got a new job, like a 9 to 5, or if you come here to start a business, you may find different benefits of being in the city. It also depends on your personality. Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? You know, just what are you used to and accustomed to? So I feel like possibly if you come to Atlanta to start a business, you're gonna love it here. There's so many places for you to network and meet people, and also if you're very social, it's very beneficial as well. But if you're more of a homebody, you don't like to be out, you know, doing this, that, and the other, you may not love Atlanta because it's a very social place. But there are also pockets, you know, for people who are introverted, you know, to mix and mingle and be friendly. So like I said, it just depends on your reasoning for being here. So I don't want to say Atlanta is a terrible place to live in. It just depends. What's your purpose? Like, what is your purpose in life? What are you here to do? Like, and that's all I'm going to say on that. So I mentioned people move here sometimes because they got a new job. So when I first moved to Atlanta, and also referencing my old video, I moved here because of a job opportunity. I was working in political PR at the state capitol, working for Senator Lester Jackson. Amazing experience. So about a year later, now looking back, I would have considered that job to be my dream job. All was going good. I was working at that marketing agency for about a year and some change, and then the pandemic hit, and then for, you know, those own reasons, I got furloughed, leaving me jobless. I actually moved back home to Jacksonville for about 5 months or so, just, you know, looking for new employment, you know, just to save money, things like that. So I eventually ended up moving back to Atlanta, I want to say in I don't know, maybe May of 2020. I got a few little loose end jobs here or there just to keep myself afloat. I worked at a restaurant as a hostess. I worked at LA Fitness as a customer service representative. I did a little bit of everything. And this kind of led me into a downward spiral of depression. And I stopped doing a lot of things I used to do. So as you guys know, I do have my own marketing agency. At the time, it was a different name, and I was just kind of inactive with it because I was depressed. I'm not gonna say I was homeless, because I still have my apartment here in Atlanta. I was still in my studio, but still paying rent on it. But I was just depressed. Like, I had lost my dream job in the pandemic. So mind you, I'm living at home, don't got no job, trying to figure it out. So that did lead me into a depression, and I stopped doing a lot of things I used to do, such as YouTube. So literally, I was getting the most business doing freelance marketing when I was actually posting valuable content on YouTube, such as, I think my second most popular video is a drop shipping video. So drop shipping versus wholesaling. That video did really good, and that video brought me a lot of business. And then I did a part 2 on how to like market your Shopify store if you are drop shipping, things like that, and that brought me a lot of business. But that's when I had my dream job, things were going good. So it was like a domino effect. Once one thing in your life starts to go great, everything else kind of falls in line. Whether it's going good or bad. So even when it was going bad, things started trickling down. When I lost my job, I stopped working out. Of course, I wasn't making no money. I didn't have any, you know, motivation or determination to really be consistent with my marketing agency, YouTube, you know, a whole bunch of other things. Even my friendships, I got really disconnected because as if something's going good in your life, everything else starts to go great. Something bad is going bad in your life, everything else starts to go bad as well. So that's kind of what I was dealing with. Even when I came back to Atlanta, I was still kind of getting back on my feet. I was still depressed because I have this degree, right? You know, I'm supposed to be guaranteed, you know, this stable job and whatnot, and I didn't have that. I was struggling literally on Indeed, LinkedIn, applying to literally, I applied to 10 jobs a day, Monday to Sunday. I would get calls for interviews, but nothing would follow through. It was just really hard. As you guys may or may not know, public relations is a difficult, it's a difficult career to get. It's a difficult career. It's difficult. Not only is it difficult the work itself, but getting a job in public relations is way competitive. It's way more competitive than anything I've ever seen in my life. And I did understand that, but you know, out of college, thankfully I was blessed to get a job, have a job after that, have another job after that. It wasn't until the pandemic hit, that's when stuff went south. So I'm back in Atlanta. Things are going good. I'm still applying to jobs every day like how I was in Jacksonville. You know, I'm working at this stupid little Mexican restaurant. I'm working at LA Fitness, and I happen to get this internship opportunity at Rare Sound Studios. I don't know if y'all know who K Camp is, but that is his recording studio. He has a recording studio here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was more so on the marketing and business side of things. That was a great experience, but it's something that I would never do again. I don't know if it's just music industry culture, studio culture. It was very it was very much not an ideal situation. I did, you know, I'm not gonna say I learned anything, but I did meet a lot of great people, have great connections from that experience. You know, it's also something I can put on my entertainment resume. So I kind of have like a business resume versus an entertainment resume, which looks good depending on what field or which way I try to pivot my career. So I did that for a few months. I kind of quit both of those gigs at the same time, and then another opportunity landed in my lap as a social media manager for Insights Marketing. They are a Black-owned marketing agency here in Atlanta, Georgia. So that was really good for me because at the time I was able to work from home. Like, I could go anywhere, do anything, you know, be comfortable in my own home or wherever I choose and still be making money. But that was only part-time, and I'm still looking for a full-time job, right? So I'm still looking on Indeed and LinkedIn every day, because if you have a part-time job that's like work from home, you can juggle another job. So I've been looking online for another job opportunity. It hasn't come. Still hasn't come. Months later, still hasn't come. So just recently I did get a proposal. I got an offer to work for one of the largest transportation companies in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're from Atlanta, familiar with Georgia, you know what company I'm talking about. So currently I serve as a project coordinator for this company for one of their third-party contracts. And I love it. I do it. It's not necessarily in my field, but at that point I was just ready to get some consistent full-time income. Like, I didn't care what field it was in at that point, because I had been through so many, you know, career shifts, changes, disappointments. I was just ready to be making money. So the job I have now is not in my field, but I am enjoying it. The work isn't too tedious, so that's fine. So now that things with my career are going better, I feel as though everything else is kind of working out more now. During, you know, the pandemic, even when I came back to Atlanta after being in Jacksonville, I was still depressed. You know, I felt like my friendships were kind of watering away, if that makes sense. Only because, you know, when you're depressed, you don't want to talk to anyone. You're not working. You know, it's hard for you to get up, be motivated to do work. You know you need to, but it's a vicious cycle. You don't want to get up to do anything, but you know you need to. Same with my friendships. I haven't lost any friends at all, but I do feel like now that my career's in a better place, I can focus my energy more so on, you know, strengthening my connections with my friendships. And I can focus more on being more healthy as far as working out goes, or just little mindful things, work on my mental health. And something else that really helped me out a boatload was reading. I hate to be that person like, oh, reading changes your life, but in this situation it kind of helped. There's a book I was reading, a lot of y'all might have heard of it. It's by Jen somebody. It's called How to Be a Badass. I think it's a great beginner self-help motivational book. If you need help just with day-to-day motivation and turning your life around, I think it's a great beginner's book. I'll say that. And I also bought a few other books that I do plan on reading. I have bought them around the same time, but I am going to get to them. So yeah. And also something else I'm working on now is just improving the quality of my life. As you guys also know, I do have an Airbnb now. I have a full-time job, so I do have 2 streams of income, so that helps out a lot. And when I say improving the quality of your life, I just mean little things that you implement in your day-to-day life. It could be down to just the type of coffee mugs you buy, y'all. It could be just coming down to the type of body washes you use that just help you feel good about yourself. It may sound kind of shallow or superficial, but if you're coming out of a slump or depressive state, you're going to try and do anything you can to kind of help yourself feel better in all aspects of your life. So just little things like that. I'm not gonna say I'm bougie, but I have always appreciated nicer things, the finer things. So now being able to provide those things for myself has helped me out a lot more. You know, when you're struggling, when you're not really receiving the income you want, of course, it's kind of hard on your mental. Like, you understand it's not a permanent situation, but it does weigh in on your mental. So I'm just so blessed that I'm out, not because I'm 1000% out of it, but I am more out of it than what I was a few months ago. So that I am very much blessed for. I got a cat. I have a cat named Rumi. He is a domestic short hair. I think that's his breed. I don't know. I got him from PetSmart through Fur Friends. They're like an adoption agency that like they don't rescue cats, but for some they get cats some way somehow. I don't know. So I bought Rumi. And he's been great. I kind of bought him for emotional support. People be like, oh, why don't you get a dog? Why don't you get a dog? Do y'all not realize you have to take a dog outside multiple times a day to walk it, let it use the bathroom? Dogs are a lot more messy. They're a lot more maintenance. Cats, literally, he grooms himself. Yes, I take him to a groomer every so many months to get his nails cut, get washed and shampoo. But y'all, he has a litter box. I don't have to leave the house to let him use the bathroom. He pretty much grooms himself. Like, you know, he grooms himself, and I love that. And he's just he's getting a little bit older now. He's still very young. He's still like 1. He turned 1 a few months ago. So in cat years, 9 months equals 1 year. So he's a year old now technically, but he's still young. He's still a baby, so he's still really energetic, surprisingly. Like, I'm ready for him to get old and lazy and just chill and cuddle. But he has his moments where he likes to relax, chill, and cuddle. And yeah, I love him. I really needed him at the moment when I got back to Atlanta for emotional support, because, you know, I was just still in limbo with my career and a whole bunch of other things, my finances. I just didn't know. Oh girl, I just know I'm in a better place now. Therapy is something that I am looking to really dive into, to really get into this year. I know there's a lot of great websites out there like BetterHelp. I know Therapy for Black Girls. I know a lot of my associates, they use that site to find good, you know, African American women that are therapists, and I think that was something I could really benefit from. I think everyone should go to therapy. I don't think it's just if you're at the peak of a breakdown. Like, I think you should just go even if you're doing fine, because there may be things happening in your life that you don't realize are affecting you mentally or in other areas. I don't know if I talked on like my dating life at all. I went through a few pointless situationships. I feel like everyone does. I'm now in a happy relationship though, which is good. When it comes to dating in Atlanta, once again, it just depends on the type of guy you're going for, what you value. Like, I feel like in Atlanta, you're going to continuously run into the same prototype of a male. You're gonna run into the same prototype of a guy like multiple times. I don't know. I think in Atlanta, honestly, if you find a good one, you're lucky. You get very lucky. So if you have someone good who you're dating in Atlanta, cherish it. Don't go out here searching and fishing. Stick with what you got. And yeah, so that is my life update. I really want to stay more consistent on YouTube, hence why I'm pushing myself to do Vlogmas, because you have to post multiple times a week. So, and I really, like I said earlier, I noticed when I was really focused on YouTube, making valuable content with valuable information, my business was doing the best it had ever been doing, period. Like, I was getting inquiries every other day, consultations booked every day. Like, I was actually getting good traction. So, and I figured it, and the outlet that it was coming from was mostly YouTube. So if it's not broken, I'm not going to fix it, just improve it maybe a little bit. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Thank y'all so much for watching, staying tuned, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episode of Vlogmas. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.
Oh,